This week, we are lucky to be joined by not just Rafael, but a very distinguished and extremely well qualified group of judges who will decide the winners of our special categories. So, allow me to introduce Ali and Lucy, Rafael, and Fabio. And all of you already know Rodrigo. He's there. He's wonderful. He's going to tell us all of his great opinions about movies today. Let us get going. And Rafael, tell us about the first group of videos we got going on.
Okay. When we talk about movies, a style of film that a lot of people like is action. When we watch action movies, we expect to see car racing, shooting scenes, but none of these would be so cool without explosions. Our first category is the best explosion in a movie. Here are the best explosions nominees: Die Hard 4, The Car into the Helicopter, Lethal Weapon 3, The Intro Scene, Star Wars 4, The Death Star Explosion, V for Vendetta, The House of Parliament, Independence Day, The White House, The Matrix, The Helicopter, Jaws, The Shark.
Very nice. So yeah, Fabio, what was your idea for that list of things?
They are very good choices, but I'll have to go with the car into the helicopter. You know,
Yeah,
it's amazing. It's like who's Picasso? You know, it's a car into a helicopter. You can't get any better than this. I don't know, a planet exploded, but it's not a car into a helicopter. You know, it's not a thing that you explain. You feel, you see the car exploding into a helicopter, and you feel that is the right thing to do. You know.
Fabio, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but you can explain, and they do explain in the movies. And the explanation is when the boy asks John McClane is that he was out of bullets, so he had to use the car. So that's why that's the best explosion
That's
in movies.
why the movie is not a 10 because they explain. You know, not a thing that is explained.
it's actually a failure because they do explain.
Yeah, you feel that.
But it's the best explanation.
Okay.
No offense, but very American one.
Well, I think that Independence Day was pretty clearly the best explosion of all time, because movies have been trying to redo that explosion since, what year was that? 1997? And have been failing. People just keep trying to blow up the White House. They keep trying to blow up New York City, and it's never as cool. It was like Independence Day took our city's explosion virginity, and it was just never as cool the second time around.
I totally agree with Ryan. I think the Independence Day scene is the best one, especially nowadays when we dream about seeing presidents being blown up right here in Brazil, in the USA, everywhere. So,
You're already getting political, people.
Wow.
It's not even 5 minutes.
what about you, Ellie and Lucy?
I agree. I think Independence Day is the best one.
My choice is Independence Day. Absolutely.
Yes, because it was the turn of the tide
Oh, yeah.
for disaster.
Nah. Amateurs.
And yes, and I remember to this day seeing in Fantástico on Global how it was made and being totally blown away.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
remember that.
And how long they took to rebuild the actual White House after it all took place, right? So there was a big one.
Yeah.
Yes. All for the art.
Okay, then.
That's it.
Rodrigo,
Yeah.
what's your opinion?
My vote is for Lethal Weapon 3, the intro scene where they just before the explosion, always classic and very, very well thought of sentences. He looks at Murdoch and he says, "Get the cat," and they run. And Fabio, that should be your favorite one, and Ryan too because of the cat. They do save the cat. Get the cat. They run.
Yeah, I
The
want to
cat
change
is
my
saved.
I don't know this scene at all. In
I
fact,
don't
I
remember.
had completely forgotten that Lethal Weapon 3 existed until you put it on this list.
True. Yes, true. I forgot all of the lethal weapons.
I love number 1 and 2. The third one.
Okay, yeah. 1 and 2, awesome. Great. He's too old for this shit twice.
Hipsters.
But
You know,
what was 3? Tell me about this explosion. What even happened? There was a cat that didn't explode.
What is
So
what is there to
So
say?
nothing
It
happened,
just
actually?
explodes. Well, no, they're getting into a discussion and they don't know which wire to cut, if it's the red or the blue, and they do that for 5 minutes, or it appears to be 2 hours, and then Mel Gibson cuts the wire and it's the wrong one, and he says, "Murdoch, get the cat." They run, the building explodes, and awesomeness is created. So yeah, that's it. That's one of the best movies ever.
All right. Okay.
Well, all right. Were there any other explosions that you guys thought of that weren't on the list?
wow, I could talk about it, for hours, but
There will be
just
blood.
because we can,
There
I
will
can't
be
think
blood.
of anything right now.
The Independence Day scene, it is my number 1. But my second favorite, it is the Parliament being exploded in V for Vendetta. So, first one, Independence Day. Number 2, V for Vendetta. What about the second one for you, Fabio?
The second one,
The second best.
man, I'll have to go with Lethal Weapon 3 too.
You don't even remember that movie. Stop pretending.
No, I like this kind of shit.
My second is the Jaws, because they killed a shark. Screw that shark.
Yeah.
He was bad.
It's a movie about a shark.
True. No, everything here is like, it's not over the top. Okay, the Death Star explosion, it is, it's possible.
It's
But a car
expected.
into a helicopter, you're not expecting
Bobby
that.
gets me.
They exploded at the White House. It's the most obvious thing to explode, So, it's cool and all, but
You wanted a plot twist and an explosion?
yes! Now you got the idea.
And the
Plot
joke.
twist and an explosion. How do you put a plot twist, like, in an explosion? I don't know. Car into a helicopter. I can't think of another one. An elephant into the moon. I don't know.
What?
No, it's another. Well, anyways. Let's go on.
All right. So what about the next category? Rodrigo, can you tell us about the next category?
I can, yes, for sure. Since we're talking about explosion, and I think it's just the best lead into our next category, because it also is a great explosion, but a love explosion, okay? A sensual explosion, an explosion of everything that's great, that's positive, okay? And the next category, so we can all talk a little about, so we can all feel a little sexy in this Sunday. It's best kiss, okay? Best kiss, all right? And Well, I have my choices, but I would like to hear it from Rafael first. I retribute your favor where you started with me. So now, Rafael, please, you start.
The best kiss for me is the Batman Returns kiss. When the Catwoman is on the roof and she licks Batman's face. For me, that's the best. And I remember when I went to the cinema, I was so young, and that was my first superhero movie in the cinema. I was completely amazed by the feminine power of a cat woman on the roof leaking a Batman over there. Can you imagine that? It's awesome. That's my favorite scene ever.
How old were you then, Hoppa? What year was that?
37. I'm kidding.
15,
I,
16, right?
no, 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 no. Batman Returns is from 92. I was 10 years old.
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
so.
Uh huh. Hmm.
okay. And well, okay. And what about you, Aline, Ali, and Lucy?
I'm going to go with the cute one. That's the my girl
Oh yeah,
kiss.
we're girls, so
Yes.
absolutely the cute one.
Why? What's so
Mahal.
special about this? Ah, he's just a boy kissing a girl. It's dumb. Why is that so
Not
special?
that. It's cute.
It's cute, and so and he died from a
No spoilers. Jesus
from
Christ.
yes, spoilers.
Horrible.
He died in the end after the kiss.
Yes, he was allergic to
No, he
Nobody
was
doesn't
saw
die,
this
guys.
movie,
Just
right?
very sad, and so it takes a whole new meaning. Yeah, but that's the best one, the best kiss.
Yeah.
okay. So Ali and Lucy, you have the same vote. My Girl Kiss.
yes.
Ryan, please tell us your boring choice.
Ah, no. My choice is so obvious that it should be The Princess Bride because it says in the movie they say that this was the most amazing, most romantic, most passionate kiss of all time, and so it's a canonical. It's written into the movie that this is the best kiss of all time. So you can't argue. The movie says that it's the best kiss, and that's just how it is. It's the best kiss.
Mm,
Hmm.
okay.
Now, okay. Fabio, yours.
I'm gonna go with. Well, first of all, I would remove ev- everything. Like I would remove romance from every movie. Every. Yeah, that's it. But I'm gonna go
Oh, you
with
removed it from your life, right? So, but that's
yeah,
another one.
yeah, like I'm tired of that, you know. No,
Hmm.
Batman Returns because I think it's uh, of all these options here, it's the wildest one, and I even when I was a little boy, I could feel that, kind of. It's not just it's kind of wrong, and yeah, go for it at the same time. I don't know. It's my like the Spider-Man one. My God, shouldn't even be there, or no, should be there. So, because we can mock it now, I don't know.
No,
How would
but
So
that
we
even
Batman
either
work?
have.
Returns.
Right? Like, how
Batman
do you do an
Returns, the
upside down
thing.
kiss? It
Sorry.
doesn't. How
Yeah.
do you do that? It
I
doesn't make
What do you mean? How do
sense.
you do that? You guys never did it.
Yeah,
It
it's
doesn't.
something
It doesn't
worth.
work, man.
yeah.
Oh,
They decided it was because it will look cool and cute, but no.
Yeah,
In
it's
my
fine.
opinion, it was the
well,
first time that I saw the villain and the hero like kissing each other. All the time they want to destroy each other. And
You're talking about
Catwoman, she
Batman.
was there licking Batman's face. And
True.
we don't know very well if she wants to kill him or if she
Hmm.
wants to have something
Yes.
else because then she attacks him, right? This
True.
this scene is it's perfect. I really
Uh,
like.
yeah. It kind of
I. Uh,
go.
something that I have to tell you guys. Rafa, please don't feel weird about it, but I have to tell you guys that Rafa and I once reenacted that kiss, the Catwoman and Batman one. Remember,
Who
Rafa?
was who?
Ryan, where
That was
is
nice.
Michael Scott and Oscar? You know?
Let's do another episode for TV. Not
Ah,
Oscar,
true,
Not an
true.
Emmy.
Yeah.
Emmys. Yeah.
The Emmys.
Well, I
Yeah,
have to
I
tell
had to
you
mention
guys
it.
my choice.
Ah, okay, go.
My choice. Jesus Christ. I'm in between The Godfather and The Notebook because they're so they have the same weight for movie history. But I think I'm gonna go with The Godfather. The Godfather, Michael and Fredo. That's Judas kissing Jesus, or the other way around. I don't know. But that's the best kiss. That's the best kiss. Michael kissing Fredo.
It's so romantic, you know.
Yes, and then no spoilers, but that what happens next is great. And they're brothers, so it's amazing. That's the best
Sweet
kiss.
Home Alabama. No. Okay, like your brother. Okay.
Yeah, maybe I need to rewatch Godfather if it's one of those kisses. It's like an Alabama kiss, like that. Yeah.
Yes, they're brothers.
Oh. I missed out on that subplot.
Yeah.
But it is so weird
Alright,
that you would
so-
choose The Notebook and The Godfather. It's like the weirdest choices that don't make any sense.
Well, I don't think things have to make sense.
I like
You just
the
have to
God-
feel it with your heart. Okay.
See, like the
And I
helicopter
feel it.
thing I told you.
Exactly.
So what is a helicopter into the car kiss, Fabio?
Maybe for the time, Brookback Mountain.
Oh.
That's a good one, actually.
Good
We should have-
one.
It is,
It's
isn't
a
it?
good choice, actually.
That's a
Uh,
very choices. It's much more romantic
guys-
than The Notebook.
Yeah.
Ryan just he was the only one that understood the connection between the explosion and the kiss, the car kiss and the helicopter and the explosion. You know, well. Anyways, that was the metaphor behind it.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
Yeah, I think we're good to go to the next category, right?
Sure. What's the next one, Hafa?
The next one is just what Rodrigo just said. Plot twists are designed to disrupt things in a story that the audience thinks they already know or have figured out. It's sometimes when you pay for the ticket and you leave the cinema really satisfied, or you don't know why you bought the ticket, because sometimes they ruin the whole story just because of the plot twist. So here are the options. The nominees are Gone Girl, The Everything, Eternal Sunshine, The Premise, Star Wars, number, I don't know, it's very difficult for me, 7, I
It's
think,
aye.
and Dies,
Bye.
the place, no, the skin I live in, not the place, the skin I live in with Antonio Banderas, Fight Club, Tyler Durden, and
Peace.
Psycho, the murderer.
Pisco, that's a better name. I prefer that name. Pisco, a
What?
movie about drinking.
Peaceful.
It's good.
So, who was it that nominated Star Wars 7? Whose idea was that?
Not
Come on.
me.
Show yourself.
Rodrigo first.
Why? Why?
Most controversial nominations.
Why?
Why, man?
I really don't understand.
Yeah.
Were you surprised by that?
I had never watched or I had never liked Star Wars before. So I had watched 6 movies in 2 days, and I got connected to Han Solo, and then he dies. Yeah, so I was surprised, uh,
Okay.
and I just put it there so you guys be happy because you all like Star Wars.
Oh,
So you'd have something to say. I don't really like it, so it's fine. But
so
that scene
your
is great.
favorite. So who goes first?
Uh, all right. Well, then, what is your real choice, Rodrigo? If that was just there to make us happy, what is your real favorite plot twist?
I didn't have a real choice, but I chose Gone Girl because I also didn't like it because there's so many plot. I was lost after the fourth one. It's this and then it's that, and the movie is
What do
I
you
don't like it.
mean?
It's very nice.
Gone Girl is
No,
amazing.
Sorry.
There's just
no,
one.
I agree with
No, there's
Rodrigo.
Ben Affleck. How
There
can
is
it be
one.
good? It's Ben Affleck in the movie, so it can be good.
And first, Ben Affleck is good, and then he's bad, and then he's good, and then he's bad, and then no, I'm tired.
Yeah.
Gone Girl is awesome. They're stupid. Okay, who? Ryan?
You guys, Lucy and Ali.
Me? I like the Eternal Sunshine. The premise for Eternal Sunshine. I
Yeah.
think I've seen it multiple times and it still like gets to me. I think it's awesome.
How were you the first time you watched that movie?
What?
How did you feel the first time you watched that movie?
Oh yeah, it was. I don't know. It was one of those movies that you watch in parts. I was watching it like on the TV. Then I watched the beginning, and then I watched the middle, and then I watched. It actually took me a long time to actually watch it as a whole. So when I did, I was like, my God, why didn't I pay more attention to this movie? Because it's amazing. So the premise is really awesome. I love it. How about
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, but my choice is Fight Club. I really, really like that movie, and unfortunately, I just watched it once. But I really need to sit down and watch it again. I was just amazed when he finds out everything, how everything works. So that's my choice, Fight Club.
I
Well, I
think I have
must
to go
admit,
with Eternal Sunshine also. And I remember the first time that I watched it, I had no idea what was going on. I saw it at the theater, and I just couldn't understand what was happening. Like, what was real, what wasn't real, what was happening in the future and the past, and I was so confused. And then at the end, when everything finally becomes clear, it was such an amazing feeling of everything like clicking together at once. It was so great.
my option is my favorite one is Fight Club because sometimes um uh, we spend so much time fighting demons throughout our lives, and sometimes the 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 hardest, the worst demon ever to fight with is the one you carry within. So uh, the idea that you are your own enemy, this is amazing. That's why I when I found out that it was, it was amazing.
Yeah. And Fabio.
Well, I have no strong feelings, you know, in regards to these movies here, except for I can't lie now because Rodrigo is here. He knows, you know, right?
Which?
Rodrigo?
I don't know.
Okay, so I maybe I can
What?
lie.
Han
No, like
Solo when he died?
Yes,
And you
I was
cried?
very emotional when he died. But that doesn't mean that it wasn't. It was a very like unexpected. But are we talking about unexpected plot twists or just the ones
No,
that
just good
hit
No,
ones.
hit us
good
hard?
ones.
Okay. Um, I haven't watched Gone Girl or Psycho, so I can't say. But I'm gonna go with Star Wars here. But it's far from my favorite plot twist. Let me see. Can I mention
Yeah.
other?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, it was very impactful for me. The first time I watched in the own like, I think it works only once. The others, because I think I watched it when I was like 12. I don't know. I don't know. I don't remember, but it was very impactful. I was like, oh my god. Now it sounds um, cliche because many movies did that, but at the time it wasn't for me. Let me see. I took note of some movies here. Just a second. The Arrival.
Yes.
Because I was studying linguistics, and it hit me hard. So it was a really cool plot twist. Shutter Island.
Very
I
good.
love
Uh,
this one.
All
Yeah.
very good choices.
Scorsese. Yeah.
And let me see the other one. That's it. Those were the movies that I remember those movies because of the plot twist.
It's funny that we don't have a Shyamalan movie on here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe
Well,
we're all just tired of his movies. It got a little
yeah,
too much from
Probably.
Shyamalan.
true.
Yeah, he
Yes,
just
probably.
relies on the too much. But I like The Village. Everyone hates The Village, and I love it. And I like the plot twist in it too.
The problem with this director is that he destroys the end of the movies. You are watching the movie is really nice, funny, and then in the end, you just, oh my god. There is one movie I don't remember. The Lady in the Water. Is that
Mm-hmm.
in
I,
English?
Yes,
This
yeah.
yes.
this movie is horrible. I was like 2 hours paying attention to that movie. In the end of the movie, I felt like I want my money back. Come on, what is
And you didn't
happening
even pay
here?
for it.
Ah,
Yes.
for
Or what
yeah.
about
Oh
The
my
Happening?
god, this
What
movie is
about that movie?
horrible.
The Happening.
The happening. Oh my
Is that
god.
the one with
That was
the
still
Wayne
moving.
thing?
The
The
nature
plants and
kills.
the
Ah,
Ah,
yeah, the
yeah.
plants. Oh
Ooh,
my
gosh.
god, this
The
one is
plan.
horrible.
And then it just goes away. It's just great.
Yeah.
Just go.
The
And he
idea it
actually said
goes.
it.
Yeah.
I think he just went away. He said
Yes.
that.
The idea is. Oh, I just
The
remembered my.
plot is good. The premise is okay.
Okay.
Very
Yeah,
badly
the
executed.
execution is good. Is bad, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Terrible.
There is a movie that I believe that barely. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one that likes it. It's called The Invasion. It's with Nicole Kidman. Do you know? No.
No.
Okay. It's. Have you heard of a movie called Body Snatchers?
Yes.
The Invasion of the
Yes.
Body
I
Snatchers.
saw
This is the
Yeah,
old
but
movie.
this is the fourth remake, and it's the name of the movie is just The Invasion.
Okay.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's the same premise. There is an invasion, but nobody knows, and when they find out, it's too late. Everybody's like uh, is possessed. I don't know, by an alien force. I don't know.
Mm.
What about like now we talked about some of the best plot twists. What about some of the worst? We mentioned a couple here that are pretty bad, but what are some of your guys' ideas for like the worst plot twist? Either something that was very obvious or something that just ruined the movie.
Nah, Nymphomaniac. I knew from the first 2 minutes that what would happen in the end, and that made me annoyed.
Wow.
The movie is amazing, but it's stupid. The end is very easy to tell, so he tried to not make it, but I don't like that plot twist.
I'm gonna mention Glass because it was a movie that was going somewhere and it was going fucking Shyamalan, right?
Yeah.
And it was going somewhere and it was going somewhere and there were interesting characters and it was going, then suddenly, out of a sudden, it was like, what is happening? Like, the ending is so fucking ridiculous. I mean, they just ruined the best villain of recent times in movies. That is the James McAvoy character with the 24 personalities. And that made me really mad because I went to the movie theater to watch it.
I can't think of an obvious plot twist, but a bad one that ruins the movie. Can't remember.
What did you think of? You know that Tom Cruise movie, The War of the Worlds, where the aliens are murdering everyone and then they just die.
Yeah,
Because of bird poop?
because of bird poop, bacteria.
Yeah, because of corona. Coronavirus kills them, right?
Oh, maybe for 1950 it was cool. The original is from 1950, right?
Yes.
But
Yes.
yeah.
Bird poo was big at the time.
Any others?
Did you mention one, Ryan?
I just said War of the Worlds.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
And how?
Nothing comes to my mind.
Yeah.
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 All right. So the next category is for Rodrigo, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so this category is amazing, and it's I like it particularly because it's connected. It's related to what we do, Ryan and I, and Fabio and Rafa and Ali and Lucy learning English. Lucy told us the story about when they were learning English, and this is to be honest, something that I just need to mention before I tell you guys the nominees, that every English teacher work with somebody that fakes an accent. So Fabio and I worked with somebody that somebody's people that arrived at the school. Oh, hello, my lord. What are you doing there? Oh my God, fancy a cup of tea? And so they thought they were in England in the 1800s. And I was like, my God, you were born in Santander. You never even. Okay.
Oh my God,
But
that
anyways,
person is
so
you're talking about so obvious.
no, I'm talking about more than one.
Yeah.
But there's that fake accents, but in this case, they're the best fake accents. Okay, so here are the nominees. Let me get a paper here. Here are the nominees. There Will Be Blood, Daniel Day-Lewis. Snatch, Brad Pitt. Anything Brad Pitt is, well, he's probably gonna win. Iron Lady, Meryl Streep. Meryl Streep 2. The Wolf of Wall Street, Margot Robbie. The Social Network, Andrew Garfield. Okay. Brokeback Mountain, Heath Ledger. And Dr. Strangelove, Peter Sellers. So, I'm going to start with Fabio. Please tell us your favorite best fake accent.
Okay. I haven't seen most of these movies, but I'm gonna go with Heath Ledger because I thought about that while watching the movie.
Mm-hmm.
You thought about that while watching that movie?
Yeah.
Oh.
Trying to focus.
Okay. All right.
You were focusing on the accent instead of the everything else.
Yeah.
That's
it was
great.
too much to pay attention,
Okay.
and then his accent was really good.
Yeah, yeah. And if
Yeah.
you watch the
He's the best.
what is that other movie he's in? 10 Things I Hate About You, which was only like how many years before? 3 or 4 years before, right? The
Yeah.
right? It wasn't that long before.
I don't
I don't
I
know
don't
remember.
remember.
because
Yeah.
then
Maybe
this
5
is from
years, but not that
1993
long.
or something. But I Brokeback Mountain must be 2006, something like that.
2004, 2000. Anyway, the point I'm making is that they like created a character for him that was specifically from Australia because he probably couldn't do an accent.
Do an accent. Yeah.
Mm.
Mhm. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
good in Brokeback.
And in just a few years, he was able to do not just an American accent, but a very specific regional one.
Mm. True.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was good. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so Lucy and Ali, please.
Well, my favorite accent is Brad Pitt. When it's impossible to watch Snatch without the subtitles. You cannot understand him in absolutely. There's no way you can understand him without subtitles. So Brad Pitt wins this one.
Yeah, and I'm conflicted because I just watched Doctor Strangelove and Peter Sellers is so fucking amazing. But I think I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna go with Brad Pitt because it's like a major thing in the movie too. The fact that no one can understand what he says, and he's so good at it. He's so amazing. And so I agree with Brad Pitt.
Ryan?
Well, I have to go with Peter Sellers because in Doctor Strangelove he actually plays three different characters. He's the American president. He's a crazy German scientist, and he's a British air Force officer. And he nails all three accents. There are some scenes where he actually talks to himself, and they have to do both accents in the movie, and it's just amazing. The comedic timing, the accents, is great. Peter Sellers, and another movie that he's in where he's amazing is the Pink Panther movies, and I actually grew up thinking that that's how French people talk.
Yeah.
Isn't that?
Yeah, yeah. And
Balance.
I actually have no reason to believe that it's not until today. That a British Peter Sellers is British or American? What is he?
Yeah. British.
British, right?
Or American.
Oh no.
Whatever.
Thank you
He
for the
is British.
Yeah, doing a French accent is the closest I've ever come to hearing French people talk, and it's good enough for me. I don't actually need any more. It's fine.
Now, please, Rafael.
Brad Pitt, of course, because he's hot. And when you're hot, it doesn't matter your accent. It doesn't matter if you speak or if you don't speak.
If you're a
Just
vegetable,
be there, and you are going to be awesome. Although, oh, I'm kidding. Although I think Meryl Streep is
of
a
course.
chameleon. All right. When I watched Snatch, it was the first time I couldn't understand a word he was saying. And luckily,
I can't understand what
I
he's saying.
didn't mention
Not just you guys.
this movie for my students. Because can you imagine? I am playing this movie, a part of this movie during the class, and and I say, guys, pay attention. So it was the first time I struggled a lot to understand something. It was amazing. And he is a really good actor, in my opinion. I like his movies.
Okay, now my choice was There Will Be Blood, Daniel Day-Lewis. But any movie that Daniel Day-Lewis fakes an accent, he will be the best. But this specific one, I saw I watched an interview and he explained the process, and there's no register, there's no recording for people from that place and that time. So he had to make up an accent. He had to create an accent based on all the history he learned and everywhere around and everything he studied. So he created the accent, and now the accent of that time and that place, it's the accent he created. So Daniel Day-Lewis, in my opinion, is the best.
Nice. Now, just like the last one, what about some terrible examples? All the people on this list are very good examples of actors doing a good accent. What are some examples of people failing when they try?
Robin Hood, Kevin Costner. He doesn't even try. Maybe not, because he doesn't even try to do a British accent. He just gives up in the beginning of the movie. So I'm not gonna do it. Fuck it. I'm gonna be the only one here with an American accent.
Rodrigo Santoro in Charlie's Angels 2.
He has one line.
Please.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he couldn't speak correctly.
Yes.
Does it count the original voice for Darth Vader?
What?
He couldn't speak
What?
English apparently.
What?
You don't know that?
What are you talking about?
Well, the guy who portrays Darth Vader,
Oh, the actual guy who's in the
Yeah.
suit.
they had to.
David Prowse. Think
Yeah,
it's his name.
yeah.
He couldn't speak. No, I think they just got James Earl Jones because James
no.
Earl Jones. And
No, it's because he was horrible. He had thick Scottish accent, and they tried and they tried, but it did
Oh,
not.
that would
You
be
can
that
see
would
the
be
teeth.
amazing for Darth Vader.
you would be
Yeah.
really
Darth Vader?
Darth Vader.
Yeah. Then maybe he would be a nice villain.
Would be down for that.
Here comes the hipster.
He could have a kilt over underneath his. Yeah.
Instead of the cape.
No underwear.
Satan Ghost. Satan Ghost.
Satan Ghost.
Satan Ghost. Yes.
Okay.
Any others? Any other suggestions?
Not that I remember.
No.
No. So you said, Rafa, that Andrew Garfield is a very good example of an accent in The Social Network.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is he doing a good Brazilian accent?
No, I think it's because he's British, right?
Yeah, he's British. So trying to pretend he was born in Brazil and actually living in the USA. Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
This is
It's
crazy. Come
a
on.
good example, though.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He's amazing. Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Yeah. Very nice. Cool. All right. So the next one is Rafael, right?
Okay. Yeah. We're gonna talk about one-liner, which is a joke or a clever and funny remark or answer that is usually one sentence long. And here are the nominees: The Godfather 3, Don't Hate Your Enemies; The Godfather, Women and Children; The Godfather, I'm kidding, The Wizard of Oz, There Is No Place Like Home; 007, Bond, James Bond; The Dark Knight, Why So Serious; Bill and Ted, Be Excellent to Each Other; Total Recall, Screw You.
Screw you.
Screw you guys, I'm going home.
Here.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Well, first, Rodrigo, I think both of your choices are ridiculous because they're not one-liners. I couldn't fit them. They're too long, and I couldn't fit them onto the page. So they don't
Women and
work
children.
as one-liners.
Okay, so I can change my two ones, okay? My
That's
two
what she
ones
said.
are Die Hard 4, I Was Out of Bullets, and Lethal Weapon 3, Get the Cat. Those are the best one-liners.
Those Those
See?
are worse.
You couldn't just use Die Hard? Yippee-ki-yay?
Right? When you said
No,
Die Hard, I was
no.
like, yes, Die Hard. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. No, of course not. Not that one.
Or I'm too old for this shit.
Yes.
I'm too old
Oh.
for this shit.
No, no,
Two
no.
classic, amazing one-liners. But no. Too popular for Rodrigo. He has to go to the deep, deep, deep dive.
Yeah, well, since my ones didn't classify, so
All right. Well, Fabio, what did you think?
I think. Oh, I like Why So Serious, but I'm gonna go with Bond, James Bond, because it's the most iconic one-liner ever, I think. But
Do you have one that's not on the list?
yes, I have
Yeah.
two from the same movie. Keep the change, you filthy animal. And
Yeah. Awesome.
And-
Yeah.
this
what
my
is this
house.
movie?
I have to defend it.
Yeah. Perfect.
What is this movie?
Home Alone.
Home Alone.
Ah,
Ah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Vittorio likes it.
You should be careful if he likes this movie too much.
Well,
He likes it just the nice amount, just the right amount.
Okay.
no, I like the bad guys, you know.
What about Lucia and Aline? What do you think?
I am going to go with nostalgia now, so I'm gonna go with Bill and Ted. Be excellent to each other. Party on, dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my choice will be Heath Ledger. Why so serious? Come on, they threw out a poster with that line, and we was already awesome just for the poster of the film. And when Heath Ledger put the Joker on and say why it's so serious, there's
That was the whole movie.
yeah, that's the best.
I Lucy, I have to tell you that before that movie, I didn't like Batman or anything related to, and after that, I still don't. But I love the Joker and that movie. That movie is
Yeah.
amazing. Heath Ledger is the best. Heath Ledger is the best ever.
Ever.
Yes. Rest in peace.
And Rafael, what's your choice?
From this list, I go with There Is No Place Like Home because I just watched The Wizard of Oz and I think it's amazing. I love the movie and I couldn't watch the sequel, the musical. I don't remember the name.
Wicked.
The Wicked, yes. So from this list, this is my favorite one. But a different one would be, of course, roads. Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Or this
So
is
Back
heavy.
to the Future.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, my favorite is the Arnold Schwarzenegger from Total Recall, but it's really hard to choose a favorite Arnold one-liner. There's 1,000 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Even from that movie, even from just Total Recall, you have where he shoots his wife right in the face and says, "I want a divorce." And this one, he has a big drill, and he drills the guy in the face with the drill and screams, "Screw you!"
Oh,
It's
it's
amazing.
awesome.
So it's a pun.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Even better because if it wasn't a pun, it would already be good with Arnold's
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
My God, it
Yeah.
was fun. I had never thought about that.
Yeah, it took me some time.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Who's next? Rodrigo. The next category.
Okay.
Rodrigo say
So
his one liner. Right?
I said it already.
Oh,
Mine
well,
were not accepted,
that
so
didn't
it's
count. Okay.
fine.
Hmm.
Yeah. Uh, but this one goes. The next category is a category that I myself I had a lot of trouble trying to think of one. Um, a lot of trouble. I couldn't think, and then I used very obvious ones. It is useless sidekick. Okay, a sidekick is a helper. A sidekick is someone that is there to make your life easier. Okay, just like I do with Ryan. Okay, so uh, and I had a lot of trouble to find my choices. Well, here are the nominees. First, Batman and Robin, the movie, the specific movie, Batman and Robin. Robin. Star Wars 1, Jar Jar Binks. The Avengers, The Hulk. The Goonies, Sloth. Oh my God, that's a sin.
Yes.
Harry Potter,
Yeah.
Ron. Space Jam, Bill Murray. I didn't even know he was in the movie.
Ah,
Star Wars,
I don't remember that.
Finn. Okay,
Yeah.
so those are the nominees. Please, Ali and Lucy, you start this time.
I start. Okay. For me, my opinion, every single one of them are useless. I cannot pick
Except for
one.
Sloth.
Yeah, except for Sloth. Sloth
Sloth
is.
is the hero
Come
of the
on.
movie. I don't know what he's doing in this list
Okay.
because Sloth saves the day. So
Let's see.
whoever
Okay.
whoever picks Sloth for this list, please come forward.
She's
Who
mad.
wants the day to be saved? Who wants the day to be saved?
The
What
Goonies, Rafael, the
you
Goonies.
wanted the Goonies to
Oh,
be
Ah,
Jesus.
was
come
the
Have you
villains
on.
read the
to live
Bible?
A
of the
bunch of
cave forever?
teenagers. Come
Wanted the
on. Saved by a monster. Come on. This is too obvious. Come on.
too
Nah.
obvious.
A monster? That's a bit prejudice, but okay.
No,
Not a
yeah,
monster. He's just
we have
different.
to cancel half.
Okay. So as I was
Alpha,
saying, it's
you're gonna
really
be
hard.
canceled for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is this prejudice against the otherly abled?
Yes.
True.
Utterly able.
Oh
Yes.
my! So then, this list, every single one of them except for Slot, okay, it's useless, really. Even Ron in Harry Potter, I love Harry Potter, but Ron
Yeah.
is just,
It does not make
yeah,
any
he
difference.
doesn't any difference, any sense,
Mm-mm.
right? So I cannot pick one. Everyone is useless.
Yeah, it's a good list for useless
Yes,
sidekicks.
yeah,
Yes.
it's hard to pick one.
But I'm gonna be bitter about the most recent one, Finn, because he started as a very good character in the new trilogy, and he didn't amount to anything, uh, anything. He didn't do anything in the movies, and it's really sad, you know. So all of them are good except for Sloth, but I'm gonna pick Finn.
Rafael, you're back. You're uncanceled. And you can say your nominees. Your
Oh
choice.
well, when I watched the Goonies for the first time, I didn't understand. He was just different. For me, he was a monster. I couldn't watch the movie.
Ah,
He didn't
Was
have
that all
mansplaining?
He
have
was the
Is
teeth.
that
killer.
mansplaining?
Come on. Now I know that he's only different. Now I love the movie.
Ah,
Hmm.
Not
okay.
different. I didn't see
Okay.
any difference between, him and the other
No,
character.
but seriously, Robin. I don't know why, guys. I
He's
wonder
hot.
why Joe
He's hot though.
Schumacher decided to direct those movies because they are both of them. They are horrible. Of course. When I think about Batman Forever, it's one of the most iconic movies from my childhood. I watched
Yes.
many times, and
It's
the
bad villain.
soundtrack is awesome.
We
Awesome.
have the CD.
Awesome.
We have
We
the
have the
CD
CD.
somewhere here in San
Yeah.
Jose. That CD exists.
But after a few years, I don't know, rewatching the movie, I think it's really silly. Maybe because it was made to for kids, probably, right?
Yeah, it's not good.
Probably. I don't know, but Robin for me in that movie, he is completely useless. Can I say
Hey,
that a human being is
somebody had to
useless? Can I
gymnastically
say
hang up
that?
laundry, man.
I
Remember
don't
that?
know if I can say that if a human being is useless.
Cancel.
Yes.
All
Cancel.
Oh,
right.
yes.
Gonna be canceled again for a short period of
Okay, now Ryan, you can tell us yours.
Uh, well, I think I'm going to agree with Ali because the character of Finn is like the beginning of the new trilogy. He's the first character that we really get to know. At the very beginning of episode 7, we introduced to Finn, and we are led to believe that he's going to be this like hero that does something.
Any
But any
anything.
just anything really, even something very small. But by the second or third movie, the only thing that he does is scream "Ray!" in various levels of emotion, and it's so disappointing.
as everything else.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So he's my choice.
Fabio, I think it's your time.
Wow, it's a really good list, but I'll have to go with Finn as well. The same reasons, and it it's just like it's not worse because the other characters are almost as useless, but
Yeah, they end up being useless.
they end up being useless. But that's it. That's Finn. Very disappointing. Really, I kind of expected nothing, and I came out disappointed anyway.
That's impressive.
Megan Fox is the useless sidekick in the Teenage Turtle Ninja movies too.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Megan Fox is a useless sidekick too in the
Ah.
Teenage Turtle Ninja movies.
Yeah. True.
But she's hot, so
Yeah, she
fine.
serves a purpose.
Just like Chris O'Donnell.
What?
You mean in the Batman and Robin movies with the bat nipples or the Robin nipples, I suppose?
Yeah.
Here's some food for thought. What about Wilson
Food?
from Cast? For thought, man.
Ah,
No. Well, Wilson from Castaway. Is he a useless sidekick or the best sidekick?
no.
No.
He kept Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise or Tom Hanks? I don't remember. I always confuse him. Tom Hanks. He kept him alive.
He
Yeah.
kept him
Kept him
sane.
alive,
He
yeah.
kept him sane.
Okay
I'm
then.
sorry.
He is very important.
Yeah.
And after the spaceship arrived, that was the best movie ever.
Yeah.
For sure.
Anyways.
Michael Bay version.
Yeah.
True.
Yes.
Now, my choice is Robin, because I actually like Jar Jar Binks, but everybody hates him.
Well,
But
I
it's
have
the
no
only.
problem with Jar Jar Binks.
It was my favorite part of Star Wars. The whole 10 movies with Jar Jar Binks, because I could laugh a little,
He is just joking.
And
Let's not ever be serious.
Jar Jar, yeah, exactly. Jar Jar Binks can never be serious. That's why I like him so much.
Okay.
Tá bom, Rodrigo. Beleza.
Nice.